Hello students. In the last video, I taught you the introduction of English grammar. In that video, I told you that in which sequence we have to study the grammatical units. And I promised you that in the next video, I will start your topic, the sentence. So dear student, today we will discuss and study about the most important topic of the English grammar, the sentence. In the last video I told you the sentence is the largest unit of English grammar. Here I want to tell you that sentence is made of two parts. The first is sense and second is tense. The first is sense, second is tense. Sense means you can say meaning. It means sense and tense both are required for a sentence. If you want to call any grammatical unit a sentence, that must have a sense and tense. As I am giving one example here, she is a doctor. She is a doctor. Here she is a doctor is denotes tense and she is a doctor has a sense. Means we have a meaningful formation and this is in a tense. Is denotes present tense. So we can say that this formation has a sense and a tense. It's why this is called a sentence. This is the basic thing that you must know. No sentence is possible without a tense. It must have a tense. Without tense, sentence is not possible. And one more thing, if you want to call any grammatical unit sentence, so that must have a sense. Now next, we are going to discuss about the definition of sentence. You know, about the definition of sentence, there are two views about the definition of sentence. The first, the old view, and second, the new or modern view. Dear students, the old view about the definition of sentence is basically supported by Rain and Martin and J.C. Nesfield. Rain and Martin and J.C. Nesfield both support the same line. A little difference is there between their definition, but they give the same idea. What they say, Rain and Martin say a group of words that makes a complete sense is called a sentence. I would like to write here a group of words that makes a sense is called a sentence. Very simple. A group of words that makes a sense is called a sentence. This definition has been given by Rain and Martin. What does J.C. Nesfield say? J.C. Nesfield say a combination of group of words that makes a sense or that makes a meaningful sense is called a sentence. It means both the grammarian support for a sentence, a group of words is required. In the absence of a group of words, sentence cannot be formed. Dear student, this is the main point which I want to indicate you. The old view supports that for a sentence, a group of words is essential, while the new or modern view says for a sentence it is not necessary that a group of words should be there. Even a single word can form a sentence. What the difference between both the view? Once listen properly. The old view says for a sentence a group of words is essential, while the new or modern view says a group of words is not essential for a sentence. Even a single word can form a sentence. So, what is the definition according as the new or modern view? Let's see. According as the old view, a group of words is essential for being a sentence, while new or modern view is saying that a word or a group of words having a clear meaning in a given context is called a sentence. This definition shows a group of words is not essential, even a single word can form a sentence. And a sentence that is formed with the help of a single word is called single worded sentences. Single worded sentences. I am going to tell you, which sentences can be called single worded sentences. See here. Halt, go, stop, move, congratulations. These all are single worded sentences. They are only word, but they are working as sentences. It's why halt, go, stop, move, congratulations, they are called single worded sentences. Now, those sentences are formed with the help of a group of words. They are called multi-worded sentences. Multi-worded sentences. As example, God is great. Here God is great has been given. Multi-worded means more than one word. God is one word, is two word, great three word. So 3 words have made a sentence. It's why God is great is a sentence, but it is multi-worded sentence. One more example I can give you. I can help her. Here I has been given, can help you. 4 words are there and 4 words are making a sentence. So this sentence can be also called multi-worded sentence. Dear students, I think you have got what new or modern view says. New or modern view says for being a sentence, a group of words is not required. Even a single word can make a sentence. As example, I have given you here. Those sentences which are formed with the help of a single word, they are called single worded sentences. And those sentences which are formed with the help of a group of words, they are called multi-worded sentences. I have given you examples. Now we have to study kinds of sentences. Dear students, even about the kinds of sentences, some confusions are there. Basically, kinds of sentences are on two bases. On the ground of 2 points, kinds of sentences can be decided. The first one is there on the basis of meaning. Second one is there on the basis of construction or formation. Kinds of sentences. Kinds of sentences on the basis or ground of meaning, or you can say sense. On the basis or ground of meaning or sense, how many kinds are there sentences we have to study. Second point, I will tell you that on the basis of structure or formation, how many kinds are there sentences. But at first, I will tell you on the basis of meaning or on the ground of meaning or sense, how many kinds are there sentences. See students, there are 5 kinds of sentences on the basis of meaning, or you can say on the basis of meaning or on the ground of meaning. There are 5 kinds of sentences. The first sentence is assertive sentence. Assertive sentence has 2 more names. Some call it declarative sentence and some call it statement. Next, interrogative sentence. In modern English, interrogative sentence is called question. It is called question. Once more, I want to tell you that assertive, first one is assertive sentence. Assertive sentence has 2 more names. First, declarative, and second, statement. Like that, assertive sentence, declarative sentence and statement, these all are same. Interrogative sentence, second one is interrogative sentence. In modern English, interrogative sentence is called question. It is called question only. Third is there imperative sentence. Imperative sentence, students. Fourth is there exclamatory sentence. And fifth, optative sentence. Dear students, these all 5 sentences are based on meaning or sense. You can say that on the basis or ground of meaning or sense, these 5 sentences are there. The first one is assertive, second one is interrogative, third one is imperative, fourth one is exclamatory, and fifth one is optative sentence. Now I will tell you about assertive sentence. If you are going to understand the meaning of the word, you can easily define that term. Our sentence is assertive sentence. Assertive sentence. This is called declarative sentence also. Declarative sentence. And sometimes it is called a statement. Now I am going to define a sentence that asserts or declares or states a fact is called an assertive sentence. Very simple. In the name of the sentence, definition is hidden. A sentence that asserts or declares or states a fact is called an assertive sentence. As example, you can see. For example, she comes here. This is assertive sentence. She does not come here. This is also assertive sentence. She does come here. She does come here means वह यहाँ आती तो है, आती तो है. This is also assertive sentence. Dear students, I have given you 3 examples, and these all 3 sentences are assertive sentences. She comes here. It is also assertive sentence. She does not come here. This is also assertive sentence. She does come here. This is also assertive sentence. Now I will tell you kinds of assertive sentences. You can see that there are three kinds of assertive sentences, or you can say assertive sentences are of 3 kinds. First, affirmative sentence. Second, negative sentence. Third, emphatic sentence. First, I will tell you what is an affirmative sentence. Dear students, affirmative sentence is made of the word affirm, and affirm means to accept. So this is made of the word affirm, and affirm means to accept. What is to accept? You can say in Hindi स्वीकार करना. In that condition, if you are going to define affirmative sentence, you can say an assertive sentence that affirms a fact is called an affirmative sentence. This is formed with the word negate, and negate means reject. To reject means मना कर देना. Like that we can define an assertive sentence that negates a fact is called a negative sentence. As example, she does not come here. It has been rejected. Here she does not come here. It has been rejected. It's why it has become negative sentence. Here it has been negated. Negated means to reject. ना कर देना. So an assertive sentence that negates a fact is called a negative sentence. Next is emphatic sentence. Dear students, emphatic word is formed with the verb emphasize. Emphasize means to give pressure. So it can be defined an assertive sentence that emphasizes a fact is called an emphatic sentence. Or you can say an emphatic sentence is used to emphasize a fact. As example, you can see she does come here. She does come here means वह यहाँ आती तो है. Dear students, one thing I want to tell you here. Later I will tell you in the detail about emphatic words do and does. These are 2 words which create emphatic part in a sentence in present tense. Did is used for making any sentence emphatic for the past tense. So here if I am writing here, she comes here, she comes here, she comes here means वह यहाँ आती है. If I am going to write she does come here, it means वह यहाँ आती तो है. So she does come here is the example of emphatic sentence. Once more I want to tell you that in present tense do and does are used for making any sentence emphatic, or they are used for the creation of emphatic part. Now next sentence is interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence. Dear students, interrogative sentence or question. Interrogative sentence means, a sentence that is used to ask a question is called an interrogative sentence. Very simple. That is used to ask a question. That is used to ask a question is called interrogative sentence. As can you help me? Next, who are you? These both are asking question. Can you help me? This is also asking question. Who are you? This is also asking question. These both are the examples of interrogative sentence. Now kinds of interrogative sentence. Kinds of interrogative sentence. Dear students, in general sense it is said that there are 6 kinds of interrogative sentences. But these 6 kinds are not useful to you. For you, only 2 kinds of interrogative sentences are useful. So I will tell you there are 2 kinds of interrogative sentences. Once more I want to tell you that generally it is considered that there are 6 kinds of interrogative sentences, but mainly it is known and considered that there are 2 kinds of interrogative sentences. First, yes or no interrogative sentences. This yes or no interrogative sentences is known as direct interrogative sentences. Direct interrogative sentences. Second is WH interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence or question. It can be called yes or no interrogative sentence, or yes or no question, or WH interrogative sentence or WH question. This WH interrogative sentence can be called indirect interrogative sentence. Now let me tell you something about yes or no interrogative sentence and WH interrogative sentence. Which sentence or which interrogative sentence is called yes or no interrogative sentence or direct interrogative sentence? An interrogative sentence that can be answered or that can be replied in yes no form is called yes or no interrogative sentence or direct interrogative sentence. There is one special point about this yes or no interrogative sentence. This kind of interrogative sentence always begins with a helping verb. As I am writing here, can you help me? Can you help me? Here can you help me has been given. Can you help me means क्या तुम मेरी सहायता कर सकते हो? I am asking. This can be answered in yes or no. Yes or no. So this is called yes no interrogative sentence. One more thing you can notice here, that this has been started with a helping verb can. One more thing, is she your friend? I am asking to someone, is she your friend? It can be also answered in yes or no. First point. Second point, it has been also started with a helping verb is. Now next point is the WH interrogative sentence. WH interrogative sentence cannot be answered in yes or no form. And why it is called WH interrogative sentence? Because it always begins with a question word, whom, what, where, when, why, which, whose, how, etc. So because of its starting point, it is called WH interrogative sentence. As example, you can see, who are you? Here WH, this is called WH interrogative sentence. Where does she live? This is also called WH interrogative sentence. Why are you so upset? This is also WH interrogative sentence. So like that, an interrogative sentence that begins with a question word and especially WH question word is called WH interrogative sentence. Dear students, video will be very longer. That's why next kinds of sentences will be told to you in the next video. You have to watch the video from beginning to end and prepare your notes. Later, I will check the notes and tell you about other things. Thank you.